Making sure to take that space rapidly at that.
Look
it's
how
an interesting
deep this
wall.
is.
Yeah, I mean, the Viper wall, the Sage wall, trying to fight for that backside control. And underhanded flash from Simon just does not get that value. Simon, this guy is just unreal. Something on an absolute worldie so far. It's a three-piece. He could be on for the ace here, but it's going to be settled down to that 2 versus 2. Drone to tag up onto these players. I'm going to try and force the issue. Nobody under immense amounts of pressure. 9 HP here. Defuse for Smoggy, pushed off and away from it. Still lands a shot, but he's down to 4 HP. Whittled down to barely anything enough for Forsaken.
PaperX decided not to invest that one at the beginning, and he's actually taking contact here.
Yeah, okay, he's going to be covered over the top. That's Jing. Making sure he's there with the rifles in hand. Kang, the punish. But already traded out. Simon, though. He's a lone survivor towards the back of the site, operating alone. This guy's getting chewed up and spat back out again. Chichu, making sure to contain. Plug up the hole up through mid. Knows that the remaining 2 players are down onto this site, but what a hell of a task again to overcome. And into the post plan here for PaperX. Doubled up. They'll be able to secure that one easily, as it's said.
I think Sentinels have contributed to a ton of those.
They really have. That Gen 2 match. Jing's gonna get this plant down. Oh, no, it's okay. It's actually ult committed. You know, EDG are on that half buy, and they're gonna be rewarded in kind. That's 2 pickoffs. Chichu trying to contest and tango, but he's gonna be calling for the reinforcements, and a double swing with the discipline is nice.
That's so well played from EDG. And now the spike's abandoned. 2v5. Something in Mindfreak left to try to bail this out, and they've walled themselves off for going for any kind of control.
Yeah, just barely missed the body up towards the top. Smoggy, what a shot to hit. And something, yeah, sent to the grave. Smoggy once more sees the cloud burst here. He knows that he's under threat into this position, and the off angle will be punished.
Plus the 1v1. Something on top, on a high ground, favored in the fight against Kang, who is trying to capitalize on Smoggy's swing, and it just ends up being a raw jet duel that Something wins.
Just goes into that extension of the post plant. Overhead with the flash as well, but never been more obvious. Over the top there from nobody to return that fire. Chichu beautiful again with that rifle in hand, but so much more to do at this point in the game, in the round. 1v3. He's looking to isolate some of these fights as well. He's not going to be giving it though. This is PaperX looking very well drilled to get in. They're using a drone early on here. Very forward position set up by Divide. Dodged the drone, just tucked, but now they want to try and double up and take the fight towards the back.
Can't give Chichu a kill.
Flashes up and over already. The swings are coming out on top of Raph. This is too much to overcome. Finally, EDG taking these fights together with Smoggy, essentially leading the charge. He's dropped down to single digits, but already the damage might have been done. Mindfreak cut to the corner, close and personal. Still alive here, brings it to that 1 versus 1. Kang. Aim trained onto the angle base. The shot! Run down! Time needs to get onto it. Did the circle already shrink? Yes, it did. PaperX catches, cancels onto the drone. There's only 14 seconds left, and they don't have any semblance of map control to lock down again. Forcing them out into the open. The easiest fights here, shooting fish in a barrel, and Simon, this newcomer to the squad, lighting them up.
Great closeout in this round for EDG.
Viper's Pit. Drop down into the players here. EDG trying to go a bit more fast and loose here. Spam. It's going to be critical. Dash up and over onto the pipes. He's found it. Perfect accuracy, at least expecting it. Something though, he's right back at you with the Blade Storm here. Divide catching him. The 140 cleanup from Forsaken. Chichu left to do it all. And it's too much. Smoggy must find some value into this position. Something rips his head off, man.
He's been playing the same angle since the pistol round. He's always on that spot. Bad wall from Jing, has to be broken.
And Hunter's Fury forced out at least. Plan was an attempt to be stuck. Nobody. They'll let loose a few beams of lightning. Only the 1 tag though. Slow orbs through and out. There needs to be the defense! Kang. He's ahead of it though. We were talking about them catching these timings, trying to get quirky with it. Dash, active, Jing. But he's
that quirky!
They're running straight into them. Seeing glimpses here. The ancient way that China likes to play. Drop down, nobody seeking to deny this plan. Jing, the entire time being pushed to his limits with time. Going down now, but an extension for it. 2 versus 1, Divide. Try and shut this down. Best chance in a long while by EDG, and they grasp it firmly.
Do they stick to their guns here? They're 4 defending the A side.
They're willing to fight over this one, tooth and nail, as the curtain drops. Bodies will fall and topple. Forsaken being one of them. Rez online, though. Trying to get these equal trades out, and somehow it's PaperX who have found his advantage into the round to Vi! Leaves himself as a piece of paper. Smoggy on the high ground, dropped down 6 HP. Not enough to survive. And Chichu alongside him will be forced to spectate. Kang in a 1v2.
Spike planted.
He's caught the time behind them, but still guns are trained on this spot. And position forsaken. First shot accuracy is there. They're all grouped up, ready for the fight as well. Once more, wall's going to be dropping, but heads rolling. For EDG, they're going to be happy with it. Something seeks to equalize, only gets the one, but still plays for his life. Buying time for the rest of the team, and the rotations are bound here for PaperX already. Back into the fight, nobody with a plan needs to be defended. Let's get it off, and Smoggy, who's the casualty, something still there. Kicking, getting active, spraying away with just a few sheriff bullets, all it takes. And teammates alongside him. EDG have to sail the way through here with a little bit of discipline, underhanded with the flash as well, but it's being punished in kind. Devi, he's got him penned in. Simon, there's only so much one man can do.
Into the maw.
This is PaperX with a stack ready to receive. Open arms, 2 shots, all it takes. The Outlaw in hand, something has dropped the star player of EDG. In that head-to-head clash and battle, it's all been something. Dart. Shot and broken away. Jing has not revealed his position at all in the slightest, but potentially played right back in from all the sound cues. Noise made. Mindfreak ripping their hopes and dreams up and tearing them apart and tearing them asunder. It's 12 for PaperX. Here it is, PaperX. Something is lighting him up, man. And he's sharp, he's locked in. You can tell, man, the way he is snapping to these angles, snapping to the util. And a deep push from PaperX shows all the confidence in the world. They've already taken B main control. They are putting the squeeze on EDG. They're looking to end this entire map here and now. Hunter's Fury pushes them through. It's straight up the gut, in through mid. So much uncertainty, you cannot stand your ground. 13-3. It's domination. It's a sweep and a flawless finish for Icebox. Nobody has the spike though. They can't even get themselves on to plant this one in a fast fight once more. Something's into the fray. A skirmish taken. And PaperX raiding the day.
Spike down A.
They didn't even let the plant get close to going down.
Mighty.
That's pretty perfect. In terms of an anti there, flush Chishu out, make sure that he can't have impact in the round, though he'll attempt to win the 1v4. But you got no chance in that kind of position. Mindfreak not cleared.
Yep, steadies his hand as well. Just leaves it fully open towards the back of the side, just gives that one up because he's not being cleared, and Patience fully paying off potentially there. This guy holds it down. With the Bulldog, squirrels it away and just grabs 2 kills before he's eventually traded down, and a chance. Some life into the round here for PaperX. Dizzy up and over through the window, but no connection, no acknowledgement. Devi is there. Lovely movement from Kang. Sidesteps the bullets. Ensures that he's favorited in it. It's exactly what something is not with this gun in his hands.
I think the gun differential has made a big difference in this round. Something's kind of stuck. Don't really want to be saving the judge either. I think it's kind of similar with Mindfreak. I think if he hadn't had a Bulldog, there's a serious chance that he could have gotten 3 there rather than 2 in that kind of position. Oh, more damage done.
And a rifle, great. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, nice little surprise. He's blind as a bat. Had to let loose there with the ult. No casualties, a slight pause being called here by EDG, but honestly, might just end up falling anyway. Shots missed. EDG, the feed is filled up with red. Making sure to grasp these chances. Jing still managed to slip his way in through the back. Sharp as anything. Precision is on display, and time now against EDG. It was looking like them to take this one. Oh my god, backs have just opened up to these players. Jing working his way around, and Chichu covers. We're watching here, round 6. With the economy equalised a little bit. Kang is stepping up to that challenge. Devi rounded about there. He had Mindfreak by his side, and that's a no command going into the B split. This is putting the squeeze on the Mindfreak. Look at him head on a swivel. Doesn't know really which way to look, but still tucked to the corner. Could be trying to strike straight back, but no. EDG got that discipline and awareness. Was there for them. Door busted and broken down, but Chichu's there holding the cross. Making sure to chop up these angles. Nades rebounding to try and clear the way for Paper X to potentially get anything going for them, but it will be another round for EDG.
Sharp shooting from EDG, but badly synced up in terms of how they were fighting into market. Something.
There's no saving him, so what? No bullets landing, and now defended! Simon comes to his rescue. Paper X willing to try and fight over this one. They don't want to give up this territory, and with the doubled up discipline, showstopper, round and a bound. That's a kill. Claim for Jing. Anyone's game here, at least it should have been looking like it, but Paper X, they just swarm into the site.
It's an absurd spot to go for a Thrash, especially considering you're playing against a Neon who could just run you down at any moment. Got the Thrash time in perfect, didn't get the follow-up, team bailed him out. And crucially, another point to note, while we were talking about that fight over B main, going to be other people holding him in that spot, that's why he didn't go for a wide swing. Here's a wide swing.
Yeah, we're not slowing down, are we? That's the vibe. Head clean off the shoulders of Kang. Jing from the side as well, and a slow orb drop down on top of the wall. The danger zone for EDG. Can't hold a candle to it.
And this is one of the first times where they've got the read perfect on where EDG were going to fight. They have so many players there. They're 4 stacked TikTok wall. Divide doesn't have it for the retake. So if EDG get in, get the plant.
They're going in for it. Still, Forsaken was incredibly committed. Jing on top, on high ground, on from the box. Will be toppled.
I know exactly.
You can plant and play a B main post plant here. Normally you have to play aggressive, but with that wall gone, you can back up. And that's a huge advantage for EDG.
Now happily play for that one. Nobody has also got that ult in his back pocket with the Hunter's Fury. It's an extra layer of safety.
Right here.
Even onto the angle. The pings are flying forward, just trying to catch the line. Ensure that he doesn't miss any second of it. A tap. There's the ult. Paranoia from Smoggy. Then to supplement here. Mindfreak out into the open arms. Time start to run short. Mindfreak trying to hold this line as well, ensuring that they can try and get this defuse online. Something with the wingman broken. It's running away from them. Device leaping into the frame. Looking like a salmon upstream. Something sticking. And defended. You can hear these footsteps. Many circulating all around him. That's lovely adjustment of the rifle aim. Still, he's going to be paranoid. Up. Blinded up. No noise cues. Nobody able to follow up on this one, though, with the slow orbs to defend him. Still, he just turns away at precisely the wrong moment, and EDG making sure that they capitalize directly on top of that one. That's now down to that 2 versus 3. Mindfreak and Forsaken up onto this retake.
Last player standing.
Forsaken dropping. These are down to just Mindfreak. Spotted Simon's positioning. TP into the corner, stray bullets from nobody. It's precarious and now unwinnable. As I say that, he's found himself a corridor, a window, but peeking the smoke. That's what got them that string of 4 rounds prior. Paranoia now as they bide their time, waited out, now send it forwards with the war, but it's something. Okay, Forsaken wanted to try and play himself inside of this. What an adjustment by Kang. Snaps it 90 degrees to the side, and now huge player advantage.
Mindfreak teleported past the first trip.
What more to deal with?
He would be hurt if he went for it here.
Yeah, he would, definitely. Something's got to pray that somebody will just walk into his sight line, crosshair placement. Trip's going to be broken off of that noise cue. The call hasn't been made. Wait, there's a back to these players. Back to back. Mindfreak. He finds it finally with the kill. Now there's a Paranoia. An attempt to play them back in, but a flash in kind. EDG stalling out. These Paper X players just fall long enough, and Kang squares up. Wants more to that challenge. That's 3 in a round for him. Something sole job now just to try and save on to this operator.
And EDG have to play aggro, have to play on site.
They're straight up in through market. It's an aftershock and a slow orb as well. Kang is completely separated, isolated still. Traded out. Head just peeking over. Chichu, he's still alive here for the moment. Tethered himself into the corner of the side with the operator in the hands of something as a Thrash earns up now to Fish. Sent flying forwards to Tainment then. It should be a kill. Collected indeed. It is! And any defense gets dismantled. Smokes to be played in and out of. Jing is way ahead of it. It's a stun layer down and a flash on top of it with the Paranoia blinded up. Dart is there. This is chaos. This is anarchy. And EDG, they temper it, they control it, at least for the time being. A player advantage to be found. Device wrapping all the way from behind. The backs are turned and EDG have lost the plot. and lost track of all these players. They don't know which way to take it. Defy has potentially worked on something 1v1. Right click, not enough to do it. Simon
Easily beat EDG last time they played, but this time, Chinese team giving them more to worry about.
Trip just buying that safety net. Nobody's right through the smoke as well. Not expecting that timing. He's taken out 2 of them with just the Spectre in hand. He's working miracles over towards the B site and buying enough time for the rest of the team. What the hell is occurring here? Wingman up and over, something with the plant still tapping. Paranoia is flooding through, and EDG, they want to take that fight. The skirmish is called for, and they swarm it in together. Maybe just trying to play ahead of the Hunter's Fury, but the plant goes down without any problem. Still that backside control as well, but the Hunter's Fury to try and play these players in EDG. They have that advantage once more with the players. Paper X, they can't stand against it. They get extinguished as they're just trying to pull towards the back of the side. Something weaving in and out past this wall, but he's only one man. What can you do in this spot? Up and over with the Dizzy. Nobody's defusing because he knows he's got that safety net. His teammates holding, and hold they will. Safe hands from Chichu. Sent flying forwards here for the plant. Bullets spraying and praying away. Not enough to push back that plant, but the res is online, so something's back into the fight and into the skirmish. They want to try and hold it down, but now retreating out back and away here. There's a flank timing from Forsaken potentially there, but he's miles away at that. And EDG already in position here. Primed.
First passive post plant from Paper X.
Showstopper sent out into the hands of Jing.
Simon's
Satchel
dead.
At his feet. A tap from nobody, and the angle from Chichu won't be safe from that one. He was seeing if he could do some of that damage ahead of time. Still nobody committing onto this one, but Smoggy might have just returned that favor back at it. With the kills flying through, Forsaken by trying to buy time with the flank. Already there, everybody's down and out, but time, it worked against him in the end with that hourglass just running dry. Approach, this is Mind Freak. Just wandering, he's a nomad at this point. There's no one to play off of this one to jump spot. Miscommunication again, it rears its head, and Mind Freak will rip them off. Chichu now has to take risks. He knew he had to play the forward angle, just hoping that somebody would just walk into him from the main position. But at this point, Paper X sealed up and stolen this round away.
Is that the kind of issue that's just going to get Paper X 1 round, though, and EDG quickly cover it? Or is that indicative of a larger problem that might allow Paper X back in? This is a larger problem.
Yeah.
The fact that Smoggy is just killing everybody.
You have to keep these guns. I mean, the economy is just too good for EDG. You're not even doing economical damage at this point.
And also, you're only really getting 3K plus the spike plant.
Oh, Kang knows. Kang knows. Overdrive, wait. They can still make a play for this one. Smoke's up.
No way.
No chance.
What a throw.
He's got to spam and spray this one away. Defends it. No way. Mind Freak. From the brink. This game of timings, but Mind Freak is not going to expect this one as well because, well, a flash. Hold on. Forcing it out, and he does at least collect the one here. Forsaken, he's got to try and stem this bleeding. There's a cage up into his face with the bullets. Flying forwards here. Bits and pieces of lead. Suppression, though, across the board. No abilities to be playing with. Pure gunplay has to try and reign supreme and save the day for them, but there's that uncertainty in the step of the Paper X players. Wall up from Defy. Simon will go down, at least post-mortem. It's the ult that just fades away. The player positioning from EDG, it should be known, should be noted, but they're putting a squeeze now entirely onto these players. And individuality will not save something, not out of that spot. Great movement from Chichu. And the 12th round into the B split. Thrash clears the way and paves a path open through into market. Trips going to be tangled and Corging, who's lit up there, I believe, potentially by some trips, and it's played off of beautifully. EDG are right into it, and they want to try and shut this down immediately. Hunter's Fury, peek by Forsaken, there's the punish. 3 left to stand. Insane mechanics, but it matters not against the hand and steady aim of Kang. And it's being held. There's almost an expectation of it from EDG with a Paranoia crossing its way up. And the noise cut. EDG, advantages to be found and had here, especially when the shots don't land and find that mark with Kang. He's doing entirely all that here. Aftershock into the corner, it's beautiful. Intelligent life coming from me. Nade up and over, this is Paper X opting into the fight. The skirmish once more, but with Jing toppling, falling, something not able to evacuate. That was an updraft dash to survive, and Mind Freak is hard committed. Can't reset the aim. Only the one player found from that one. Divide going re-exploring. Util out into the few hands of these players, but already he's got to be aware of it. And yet sees the barrel. So now he knows his timing taken against him, but the Prowler waiting it. No way, peek. Not together. Still, it's there. They're being read by EDG. They're already into the fight. Sometimes, yeah, I mean, Divide spam down. What is that? Just into the corner, tucked. Maybe seeking to play spoiler. Nobody pushed back. Off and away from the plan. Once more, another tap. He's seen if there's any more Util. Well, that came from Paperex. Shut out entirely from this B site. The composition itself is just not situated for these retakes. The amount of Util that they have is essentially gone. As soon as Divide falls and gets taken out of the fight here, the Haunt dealt with something with the dash as well, but there's no value to be had. Nobody's giving him that fight. Time has been bought though, following the sound cues. Paperex are in position to potentially take this fight forwards with the Boombot. Tagging it up into the corner. They're going to be aware that there's a player holding onto the corner into this angle with the Seekers and another flash to play themselves in. This time, the gunplay, it does come out for the goods, and they are winning the day, paving the way to a successful round. But Kangang's got something to say about it. Up and over the box, cannot stop Jing.
Are going to be loving this.
Yeah, mass pings all about here. Showstopper, no worries or concerns because of the Rolling Thunder still. Adjustment, Showstopper, the kills, and the bullets at least lay claim to the life of Chichu, and now the Rolling Thunder to get EDG back in there. A bullet to the back of the head of Divide, could not evacuate in time.
Something trying to get aggressive on the flank.
And he's going to be finding it, Smoky. Standing his ground. Seeking to plug in the gaps potentially there, in case the flanks were online. Brought to that 3 versus 3. EDG now with that tempo increase. They're going to speed this one up into the ace. Jing, there's no way you're taking this, man. You have no teammates to back you up. You want to take the fight straight up. You could have waited. Still, Forsaken has been played in and does get that trade in play. Anticipation is there, but a shoulder peeking out is all something needs to claim and collect the kill with the dash now active once more. Putting a squeeze down, nobody surviving for a rainy day, but a wrap around, up and away. Heaven player expected, missing the timing is Forsaken. Line of sight angle, but now does the dash. The Prowler spotted! His head just poking clean out. It's taken off of his shoulders. Kangkang straight up in there, Jing. Wants to try and even this one out with the bullets flying forwards again. He has not been cleaned up, but he's trying to play his team back in, and Forsaken, he's dropped as a result of it. It's crumbled again here for Paperex. Just trying to play fast and loose into the site. Flood anchoring the defense. Broken and crumbled. Divide with a Trailblazer, spotting these players out with the paranoia. It's good to play themselves in, but Jing is caught, blinded up by it, and as the smokes fade away, there's no chance, no hope. It's Chicho with 3.
Kind of bait and switch.
Paperex going for the old tried and tested here, just trying to follow these sound cues. Chichu denied that chance of any sort of information, but Kangkang's going to be dropped here. The stun was good! And already racking up the kills. His team happy to play off the back of it. An open sight once more. Rifle in the hands of Mind Freak. Forsaken is very much isolated though, in through the sight as well. Shoulder spotted, nobody gets that information. Calls for the rest of his team here. Weapons are going to be picked up, but again, in inevitability, EDG. Fault line. Just daring him to fight. Follow up past it. The camera's finally broken. And dealt with Divide. That's a peek off of his own flash. And you're just never going to be favored there. Too many positions to play the ante from. EDG once more. Roll out the red carpet at this point. It's easy access to these sites, and the retakes just have not been there, but Paperex will make a good go of things once more. This time out through the back, Satchel's in play, attack from Simon. There's that uncertainty, up and through. Not dead yet, Smoggy back into the fight and the fray, but the kills, collected bodies, toppled, falling, Smoggy. Needs to be given something here to play his teammate in, but nobody's now going to be that last one left. Into a 1v2 with 12 seconds, whistled down to almost 0. And 2 bullets left in the chamber. There's no more options. Has to stick it for any chance, and Forsaken knows it. Broken down. Something might want to make a go of things here. To hear the ult popped off as well. Kang! That's a return of the fire. Something dropped. Now the B side could be that potential option, and a paranoia already wasted out. Paperex no longer having that tool to play with smokes up in their face. Aftershock as well. Mind Freak does peek off the flash and plays himself in, but EDG still holding strong. Not willing to be displaced from this position. Paperex might have that surrounded, but again, they are fully aware. EDG knowing all the tricks up the sleeves of the Paperex players. A seize of the connection, all the acknowledgement you need. An open sight for the taking on to C. And an impossible situation for Jing to play. Yeah.
All over the place, on C, on A.
And this could tear Paper X apart already to peaks if they're not timed correctly, which they're not. EDG ready for it. Nobody's still alive towards the back of the site, and no anticipation that it could have peeked himself over it. 3 in a round, denied the 4, but Chichu is fully there. Guns in their hands. Now is the time to make the most of it. That a bit over aggressive. EDG making a go of things here. They're still hard committing into the fight. They make the call as well to try and at least collect themselves together, but the weaponry not favored on these long sight lines at least. Paper X essentially just swat away these EDG players.
This was a strat that Foot very much struggled with. They found the right reaction by pushing into C, but then couldn't play the post plants properly. This time, Paper X hold on. And like you say, use that advantage of having the better long-range weapon.
At least concede that space, give it up and hold the C's. Now into his hands, lets it loose. What a connection! Just absolutely running over these players. Paper X steamrolled in the process. Jing, he'll have to do it all. But Aftershock in his back satchel away, and the aim reset just not there in time. EDG biding their time, waiting to strike. The counter spam is there, updraft up and around as well. Swinging through, Paranoia is there, Showstopper needs that value. Jing, he's not alive, doesn't expect it. Up on the high ground, Chichu, he's trying to shut them down. Nobody's by his side, but the rifles, maybe. There's a lifeline. Into the hands of Paper X and still with a minute to play with.
Nobody's pushing out through B. Smoggy still with his ultimate. An eerie calm drops towards rubble. An area that's known so much bloodshed and almost all of it going into the way of EDG in this map. Paper X have carved out a small opening. Do they think of the flank?
The flank timing, nobody could shut this down, Devi. The awareness is there.
Surely too difficult of a situation for Smoggy, even with how well he's been playing.
There's no time.
There's 15 seconds.
This time pressure could just spell defeat. And for Smoggy to be the hero his team needs in this spot, Devi planting. Medal is used first, lowering them down! And spraying them down! Smoggy destroys the hopes and dreams of Paper X. Knocks them out of groups. Revenge